All right, I'm Jazz.
I'm Britt.
And we are of NYCWAO. Let's talk about the Preachers of LA. Yes. Episode 2. All right. So, I mean, listen.
I don't know whether I want to say that this is like, it's a mirror. It should be a mirror to church folk to show them like, what to look for. Is your preacher the preacher, you know, is he the shepherd of these sheep, or is he a false
prophet,
jerk?
Whatever. Yeah, forget about prophet. Because a prophet, being a preacher doesn't mean you're a prophet. You know, yeah, it's some knowledge for you. Look that up. But the thing is,
and also what I'm struggling with is like, is this completely ratchet? You know, like, is this too ratchet for TV?
See, personally, I don't think it's too ratchet for TV because, and one thing we need to stipulate, all preachers are not like this.
No, yeah.
All preachers of mega churches aren't like this.
Either, yeah.
Okay? The biggest jerk of them all, and he needs to be a creep ambassador. That's what he needs, because he's a creep ambassador as far as I'm concerned. McClendon. Yeah. Clarence McClendon.
I'm not really...
Okay? I liked him. I thought he was pretty okay when I saw him on TBN. But obviously...
There's no reason why he needs an entourage. Somebody to carry his garment bag. Like...
Crazy.
Bro, you come in the second service, okay?
Like, he's it's not a good look. I don't like it. But the bottom line is, so Noel Jones. Bishop Noel Jones. Yeah. He, Gladys Jones, brother.
Grace Jones,
excuse me. Who's Gladys? Grace Jones' brother. Sorry, y'all. He's a cool cat.
Yeah, I think he's cool.
You know what I mean? He's cool. And honestly, he's a really good preacher as well. But the thing is,
I think some people might think that he's Hollywood because they showed him doing his little Pilates stretches or whatever before.
Yeah, but I don't think
he's an old cat and he likes to run around, so I don't see what's wrong with it.
And I mean, and that's just being healthy, because standing up preaching for 2-3 hours,
screaming and stuff,
it does physically, you're exerting yourself. So I think that's wise of him to be physically fit and exercising.
It kind of made him look like a chump because they had it on camera. But
and he got this little dog, this little
JJ.
Yeah, JJ. That's his dog. His dog name is JJ. But the thing is, so with Noel Jones in his personal life, he got
a lady friend.
What's
her name? Loretta.
And he's basically leading her on.
Very much so.
You know, and she likes him. You could tell she likes him.
All she want to do is spend time with him.
And she keeps talking about, so what is you know.
She trying to see, like, what is their title? What's their status?
What are we? And he talking about we friends. Ladies.
And he said we friends and we gonna be friends until we not friends.
Until we not friends no more.
Until we move to the next level.
Ladies.
Like, my dude, your beard is gray. Like, you don't got a lot of years.
She talking about.
You know?
But ladies, dude tells you that, and then he don't want you to be his girl. Step.
Like, what did he say? Rick Ross said heels clicking on that marble floor.
Yeah, you want your heels to be clicking on that marble floor to that front door.
Bow.
Get in your ride. Hope you got a car, ladies. Don't be going to no dude's house and you stranded. Up there. Okay, you stranded now. Cabs don't come to his area, or it's too much money for a cab. Stop playing. Anyway, so that's the situation with Noel Jones. He's not really doing too much like the other dudes, but you know, he's not like really beefing with anybody.
Yeah.
But that's his situation, that he got this girl, you know, this woman, excuse me, she's wide open for him. And they've been friends for like 16 years. But he's not really, you know,
he's not making no type of moves.
He ain't making no moves. And the ladies, if dude ain't making no moves, then keep it moving.
And he said, I'm set in my ways.
I mean, you could be friends with him still, but obviously he's not trying to go there. So what you waiting for? What you think? The more he see you, what? And then that's when these chicks, then all of a sudden y'all start getting naked and doing dumb-ish. That ain't gonna change nothing. All you did was just give him the vagina. And he's still gonna be your friend. Anywho, moving on. Haizlip. I hope we're saying his name. Haizlip. I think it's Haizlip. Jay Haizlip. I like him.
Yeah, I think he's cool.
I like him. I think, you know, he's decent. He's a decent man. And you could tell that he's focused on his ministry. Like, he goes to that first, and he consults with his wife. And one thing he said,
they're cute. Him and his wife, they're cute.
They're skaters, and I think that's really cute. I love his tattoos and all that. She got tats too, but he said in the first episode, he said, and it made me think of my husband, because that's what he always said. He said, when she walked by, she still turns my head. He said, she still catches my attention. That's outstanding. That married man. Look at him. Shout out to Bishop, Pastor, whatever he is, Jay Haizlip.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. But their situation is really cute. But what he was dealing with was one of his old members.
Right, it was so serious and it was so awkward.
Yes, her name was April.
Yeah.
She's a skater. Called him up, talking about, my name ain't April no more. My name is David. Child done got a sex change.
When he was telling his wife, like, he didn't even know her. So he was like, yeah, April, she hasn't been here in a while. And it took him like 15 minutes to even get it out. It took him the man
long time to get it out. And you could tell he was very uncomfortable with it. And, the wife just kept saying to him, well, we have to approach this the way Jesus would. We have to approach. It's about love. And she was like, we're Christians. We may not agree with it, but it's about love. And, of course, she could come back to the church. He's giving her the... Really? He's like, oh, really? He's like,
yeah, I thought so, but, you sure?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm with it, but, and he met with her, and it's crazy, because Shorty's a dude.
All the way. I gotta Adam's apple and everything.
Yeah, she's a dude now. I think she looked better as a guy, though, truth be told. I mean, I don't agree with the whole sex change thing, but she did look better as a dude. It's crazy, though, because, I would look at her, I wouldn't even think she was... ever a girl.
I really wouldn't.
And it was real crazy because he was like, I'm trying here. Do you see me trying?
Do you see me struggling? And he's got a smile. Do you see me struggling? Like, I didn't say, I didn't even want to call you anything. I'm just like, hey.
Because she wanted him to call her David.
Yeah.
And he's got that smile like, what's his name? Joel Osteen.
Yeah.
Like, his eyes are all...
He's like, I want to make you comfortable, and I want to do whatever you can do to help you, but I want to do what's right in the eyes of God as well.
Yeah.
So he still ain't call her David.
Yeah, but he said, but in the end, he said, "You are welcome back to the church." And I think that was a beautiful thing. We're not, we're Christians, preachers' kids, so no, we don't, agree, or I shouldn't say agree because we're heterosexual, so it's not about being in agreement. We have our views on homosexuality or whatever the case may be, but as Christians, we still supposed to love everyone, so whether, because the thing is, we are, none of us are without sin.
Yeah.
And no sin is any greater. You feel me? It states that in the Bible, straight up. There is no sin that's any...
sin.
All sin is sin. So, like, when I cursed earlier in the other review, I sinned. You feel me? God knows my struggle. But the thing is, so sin is sin. If you're fornicating, you're sinning. If you're fornicating, and if you're a dude and you're fornicating with a girl, you're sinning. If you're a dude and you're fornicating with a dude, you're sinning. It's sin. Either way, it really doesn't matter. And yes, the Bible says homosexuality is a sin, but it is what it is, But that's what he was dealing with. The fact that this young lady now became a man. And the thing is, nowhere in the Bible does it state that that's a sin to become a man.
Well, it's not right.
But you are you messing with God's work here.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you are a female.
It's not right.
And now you're becoming a dude and you're going to be with chicks.
It says all unrighteousness is sin. So if it ain't right, it's sin.
Yeah, did you hear that? All unrighteousness is sin. And to be righteous,
you don't have to have a blueprint for every single thing. Like,
hello.
If you turn left, that's sin. We don't need a blueprint for everything. All unrighteousness is sin.
And to be righteous, you got to be right. And if you ain't right, you're wrong. And what that means is you sinning. And we all sin. Yeah. So let's just put that out there. I don't care how much you shout in church, how much you speak in tongues, or how good you play the organ. Anyway, so that's what Haizlip was dealing with. And then we got, who we gonna go? Oh, first of all, let's talk about the jerk of the show, Clarence McClendon.
Yeah.
Child, his wife gonna come up to him and say,
oh man, she was like, yo, we got some, hate mail from this chick who's claiming to be
your wife.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Did she say your wife?
She said like your husband and the son is theirs.
Yeah.
Obviously this woman is crazy, but McClendon it's been rumored. And I haven't finished researching it, But it's been rumored that he has, impregnated some other women. And it's been rumored that he has made statements in church talking about, I rebuke you and your unborn child in the name of Jesus. Whoa, that's crazy. I can't say it's the truth, but it's been rumored. From his behavior,
it's probably true.
Okay? Because he's not exactly looking really great on this show.
Yeah.
Not at all.
She was like, some chick, she's emailing, she's, saying that you guys have some type of relationship. And he was like, well, is she a threat?
That's what he asked his wife. Is she a threat? Should we get an order? She was like, yeah, I think she's a threat. He's like, should we get an order protection? Whatever. She was like, yeah. He said, all right, well, we going to make this happen, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, what? And then he goes to Noel Jones, to Bishop Noel Jones, to talk about what took place at the man cave in the first episode between him. Yes. And how they got into an argument because he basically told Deitrick Haddon that he was dumb.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just feel like, he had all his little words to say or whatever the case may be.
Hey, but what homie said to him was, we all got a little street in us.
Yeah.
He said, you more far removed, but
Yes, that's what Noel Jones told him. He said, we all got a little street in us. And he said to him, obviously it started to get a little sensitive, emotional, men being whatever. And he was like, and I can understand how one thing was taken another way. And I could tell Noel Jones was looking at him like you a clown for coming out of pocket like that. Yeah. Because whether we in the church or not, like you can still get put on your back. And that's the truth of the matter. Like a lot of Christians want to be like, oh no, we're above this. And, and women, we do that. They do that too, when they get of a certain age. We're above this. Then the thing is, stop running your yap. Because you can still get put on your back. Running your yap can get you put on your back. Bottom line. But so you can tell Noel Jones was kind of looking at him, giving him the side eye, like, homie, you played yourself and then you skedaddled. He ran out of there talking under his breath.
On his Fred Flintstones.
Ran under there talking under his breath. Got his entourage now circling around him like some weak dude. So he's whack. We don't feel him at all.
Yeah, he's pretty whack.
You know what I'm saying? Gibson, back to, Gibson. They didn't even mention the dude, what's his name? Cheney or whatever?
Yeah.
He wasn't in the second episode. Yeah. We didn't see him at all.
I don't think so.
We didn't see him. But Deitrick Haddon and, Gibson, those two.
Cool.
Gibson is a cool cat.
They got into it too.
Yeah, but with him and his wife were discussing Deitrick Haddon and Dominique. Deitrick Haddon's baby mama. Okay? At the time. And they were going to be having talks with her. But Gibson made a statement that I didn't like, talking about, I just want to make sure she not just trying to be first lady. I didn't like that. And I can't stand those men acting like, oh, like, like she just trying to, like she trying to be on the come up. Get out my face.
I'm first lady of the church, not first lady of the United States of America.
Hello. But get out my face. Okay? Please. But anywho, so those two sat and had dinner with Deitrick Haddon and Dominique. Yeah. First of all, hold up. Before we even go there, let's talk about when Deitrick Haddon came to the house.
Talking to Dominique mama, all crazy. All types of crazy.
He's just a little too comfortable.
Very comfortable.
But that's Dominique's fault.
Mm-hmm. And her mother's fault.
Yeah, that's true too. Lifting them skirts, spreading them knees, like Papa Pope said. That's what Dominique was doing. But yeah, he was up in there. The mother just was trying to have a talk with him about, her daughter
getting married. She was like, this is your second time. This is Dominique's first time. So, just be a good husband and be patient with her.
And she was like, and she's sensitive. She's talking to him about her daughter. My mother did the same thing with my husband after we got married. She was like, my daughter, she's just explaining to him me. And the parts that I don't show everybody. And well, he accepted it and he said, I'm going to take care of her. I got her. Deitrick Haddon started getting defensive. Yeah. Talking about, why are you coming at me like
why
this?
Would you even come
he said, why would you even say this to me? Did I do something wrong?
He said, how long I've been around here?
How long I've been around here? First of all, my mother would have been like, fool, don't ask me how long you've been around here.
You've been here for a while and your time is up. Can you
First of all, you've been around too long. Because you shouldn't have just been around.
With no ring.
Sniffing around here. And that's exactly what he was doing. Sniffing around. And Dominique was letting him, and so was her stupid mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this brings us to Deitrick and Dominique having dinner with Bishop Gibson and his wife. Mm-hmm. and they're having like a talk with them. And I guess they was giving them like a marital counseling type situation. Yeah. Premarital counseling is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with premarital counseling. Me and my husband had premarital counseling, you know, and he had to talk with them in regards to, you know, how they living. Deitrick Haddon had automatically
was on turn up. Automatically got defensive. It was real crazy.
Because he wrong.
Real quick. And Dominique, she just sitting there talking about.
She's sitting there smiling. I would have an issue with my husband.
First of all, he kind of disrespected Gibson as his elder, as another pastor. Like he just went overboard.
He was a little disrespectful. When dude was talking to him about, he said you can't be in a shady or shaky.
No, he said what someone told me was that if it's a shaky or a suspect
engagement, there's going to be a shaky or suspect marriage. Deitrick Haddon talking about suspect. Well, he looking around talking about, whoa, what you talking about?
No, he didn't say something. He said sneaky, and that means like he did not say sneaky.
Yeah, he didn't say sneaky, and he's very defensive because he wrong. Because you were out of pocket. So he automatically on the defense trying to defend his wrongness. You can't defend that, homie. You a pastor of a church, you're a gospel singer, and you just had a baby out of wedlock. Yeah. It's the black bottom line. And folks, y'all need to understand that these things do happen in the church.
Definitely.
These things happen in the church. And when it happens in the church, what usually would happen is that person gets sat down. No, you can't be up front. You can't be up in the choir singing, directing the choir, singing every solo, playing the drums, playing the organ, preaching up in the pulpit, and you doing all of this because you
can't even read me my announcements.
Because the bottom line is you have youth who are looking up to you, and you are supposed to be leading by example. And no one's saying that everyone's perfect, but the bottom line is if you slip up and it's all out there, you need to take a seat for a second. You know, because the people under you or people, the youth coming up have to see that there's repercussions to these actions. Yes, and there's consequences. And this is not what we accept. And that's the problem with a lot of churches. They accept nonsense. Since when? But the thing is, and then they got the audacity, because let him have been a woman.
Nah.
Let Deitrick be a woman. Okay? It would be the other way around. They would be, oh, she's this, she's that. Trust me, we know, because you can't, child, please, all the ridicule we went through for having a skirt above our knees. Oh, you don't have your prayer cap on? You can't get prayer without a prayer cap.
Yeah.
Up in the Church of our Lord Jesus Christ, in the Cool J, the Diocese Cool JC. You got to have that prayer cap when you come to the altar.
Definitely.
Or they're going, or usher going to be throwing that prayer cap at you.
Yeah.
Put this prayer cap on. Get out my face. Man, please. But anyway, so they sitting there talking, and Gibson said to him, he said, you know, and he brought up the issue of them shacking.
Yeah.
Check out that Jim Jones report.
Where is shacking in the Bible?
Deitrick talking about where is shacking in the Bible. Talking about ain't no such thing. It's not a sin type thing. Is this nigga see, Lord, he is a nigga. Bottom line.
He was tripping.
That nigga crazy. Okay? I think Jesus said that.
And Gibson said to Dominique, he said, you gonna allow this man to try to convince
you that it's okay to be shacking up with him? This fool child. Okay? You mothers better train up your children. The Bible says train up a child in the way that they should go. You mothers are slipping because that's why these chicks are out here falling for that okie doke bullish. Okay? Check out that Jim Jones report. Be non-shackable, young ladies. This chick, there's no reason. There's no reason for that.
He's talking about, you know, like we getting married soon, but I'm done with this. I'm tired of this. You know, I gotta drop you off home or whatever. I gotta go to sleep by myself.
He trying to mind F her. And she falling for it. The only reason why chick didn't stay in that car and go home with him is because the cameras were rolling.
Definitely.
Okay? Because Dominique was ready to go live with her some Deitrick. And shame on him. Shame on him for trying to twist this and manipulate the word to make it right for him. Shame on you for that. I was with Deitrick first episode.
Yeah.
But this episode, he mess. And like I said, he is a nigga because he mess. That is some mess. What are you talking about?
It's very much so mess.
Like he talking about this is why I don't like getting premarital counseling from pastors in the church. You're a pastor?
Make everything about the Bible. Make everything church.
You are a pastor, homie. What are you talking about? You are crazy. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. No one's trying to say that everyone's perfect, that no one fornicates or has premarital sex. But the bottom line is, if you're talking to this pastor and he's talking to you about y'all shacking up or y'all fornicating and all of that, stop fronting. Stop playing like...
Don't act like you don't have like a 1-year-old child right now.
A big-ass child.
Come on.
We know you sexing, Deitrick, and you going to stand up here in this church singing about how we need to live right and all this other stuff. Who?
That was just crazy. That blew my mind.
Please. Now understand, your pastors aren't perfect. The soloists in the choir are not perfect. The choir director's not quite perfect.
No one is.
You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is Deitrick signed up for this show and everything is on display. And the fact that he knows that he is on display and he is a man of God, he's in a position.
He should think before he's speaking.
Okay, but he has no class. He just showed us. And first of all, when she walked up to that piano, the way he grabbed on her behind
like that,
and you know these cameras are rolling, and you know she ain't your wife, Deitrick. But you can't blame him. It's her fault.
It's her mama's fault.
She allowing this. Stupid. Dumb. Lucky for her, he married her.
Yeah.
But of course he did. Okay? That's how the church elite roll. We know. We preachers kids. Of course he married her. Because he had to.
Yeah.
He had to. And I'm not saying that man don't love her. I'm sure he does. But all jokes aside, he had to marry that girl. He had a baby with her. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't have sold another album if he ain't married that girl. Could forget about it. And I love the way Deitrick Haddon sings, whatever his name is. We need to find out the correct pronunciation for this man's name.
Hayden.
But like he's messed. When he had that talk with Gibson and he started to get loud with him, I thought it was
making a big old scene at this restaurant.
Mm-hmm. And she's sitting there just looking at him with this smile on her face. And when they left, she didn't even check him. No. I would have checked my dude for that. I'd be like, I'm going to tell you something. You may feel however you feel, but you did not have to be disrespectful like that. You were out of pocket and out of line.
Day, when he dropped her off home, the talk was not her giving it to him the way she was supposed to. It was him telling her, like, he's tired of this and them kissing.
I was not thrilled at all. Because the thing is, as you know, she talking about being his wife. What that shows you is he can be cutting up, acting a fool, and she's not going to pull his card. Nope. How can you try to talk about you going to be this man's wife, and you're not going to stop him or you know, keep him from doing damage not only to himself, but the two of you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I always told my husband, I'm not going to let you drive into a brick wall. Yeah. If I let you drive into a brick wall, then I'm not your wife. I'm not being your right hand. We are one. Wife. There you go. Okay, they playing house, having babies. No marriage certificate has been signed. Know your worth, ladies.
Crazy.
Know your worth. Because what I say, that fool. But see, the thing is, she don't even care about, she don't know nothing about who or what she is. Because the fool was still married when she got pregnant. They was going. Yes, they were still going through a divorce.
His divorce wasn't final.
You gonna get pregnant by some fool and his divorce ain't even final. Get out of my face.
Don't put yourself in that position. Oh
don't do it, ladies. And if it ever happened to you, and if it has happened, don't do it again. Don't feel no type of way about what we saying. Learn from it. Don't get mad. Learn from it. You feel me? And don't try to convince yourself that it's okay. It's not.
Let the church see it.
Y'all better stop playing. But that daggone, the Preachers of LA, what's the status report on that thing?
Boy, status report is mess.
Yeah, this is a new status report. You guys, this isn't about turning up, about turning down, or even coasting. The status report.
This is about real life issues.
The status report for Preachers of LA, episode 2. Mess.
Real
live mess. Mess. I'm Jazz.
And I'm Britt.
NYCWAO. Subscribe to that. Deuces.